Welcome back. I'm Michael. You're listening to The Michael Dresser Show. Chris Martinez with us is an author of the upcoming book, It's Not Just a Website, The Small Business Owner's Blueprint for Taking Your Business Online. He's also the president and CEO of WebsiteIn5Days.com, a small business web design company specializing in creating customized small business websites at affordable rates and within 5 business days or less. As CEO, Chris constantly improves value that it provides to clients as well as increasing revenue for WebsiteIn5Days.com. He's a serial entrepreneur, long history of success in sales and marketing, and he's with us today. Chris, hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Michael. Glad to be here.
Oh, thank you, Chris. You know, by the way, when we come down to it, websites, I really wonder if people realize the power of a website. And if you're in business today and you don't have a website, I truly believe, Chris, that you're in trouble.
Yeah, you know, I'd agree with you. It kind of depends on who you ask. And, you know, I hate to sound ageist, but typically the younger entrepreneurs seem to, you know, they understand that the power that the Internet can have with your business. Some of our older entrepreneurs might be a little bit more reluctant because they've had such success without the need of a website, but, you know, the times are changing so quickly that slowly but surely everybody seems to be coming around.
Oh, Chris, that was a whole other world when you didn't. You know, there was a time when if you could, you know, if you reached maybe 100, 200 people, there was a lot of people that got the word out for you. If you do it right today, you're talking hundreds of millions of people, not just locally, all over the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would agree 100%. I mean, your market really now is a global audience. Even if you're a local business, if you can figure out a way to market yourself to people on the other side of the world, I mean, from a revenue standpoint, the revenue potential is huge. I mean, you can 10 times the size of your business in an instant if you can reach a bigger audience.
Sure, and businesses opened up globally, and when I say globally, with Skype. When was it? 6 months ago, I did the Skype on my laptop, and I'm talking to a guy in Bucharest, Romania, right? And I put the laptop on the other side of my desk. There he was, there I was. We're talking to each other as if we were in the same room. So it's opened up. But the point is, if you don't have the website to back you up, that's what, because people can find you all over the place. But you got to have that starting point, and the website's got to be the starting point.
Yeah, you know, obviously I agree.
Yeah. Oh, and the other side of that too, and I know you do this, but when you're talking about websites, it's not just a website. You got to design it. You got to be able to market it. There's so many things that go into it that if you don't have the expertise and the knowledge that that's what it's going to take, you can have a website, but it's going to be worthless to you.
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing that we get asked after we complete a website, you know, because most of our clients have never had a custom website before. They might have had a template that they've gotten from a company like GoDaddy or Vistaprint or something like that. And then they get to a point in their business and they realize, hey, you know, this is oftentimes the first impression that I'm going to have with clients and potential clients. So I need something that's a little bit more professional. And two, they realize I can't do this thing myself. And so once we build them this awesome custom website, then they start to ask themselves, well, all right, well, how do I get people to the website now? And building the website is really just the first step. You know, after that, that's when you got to have a pretty solid marketing plan in place that's going to help you attract the type of clients that you want. And so really, you know, it's almost like the easiest part is getting the website completed. Now we got to figure out how we're going to monetize that. And so, you know, with our business, that's what we've been able to do with a lot of our smaller type clients, because we focus on mainly the solo entrepreneurs. That's kind of like our niche.
Sure. And by the way, what it does also, it puts you on a level playing field with major companies. You know, you're dealing with a website that's monetized. You can make money from it. And at the same time, it puts you on that same level playing field whereby you can make the same kind of offers that somebody else can make because you have the ability to do it and to touch so many places.
Yeah, you know, I would actually say that local businesses have a huge advantage compared to some of their giant corporate, you know, monsters out there, their big competitors, in the sense that, you know, they can move much quicker than a big company can. So let's say and also the internet is going, like search engines love local. It's all about local business and local search. So the local business, let's say that, you have an offer or you see a competitive advantage that you can start to use to attract more customers. Well, as a small business owner, there's no bureaucracy, or you don't have to go to your board and ask a bunch of questions. If you see some way that you can get new customers, boom, implement right there and have it reflect on your website. The changes are instantaneous. I mean, you can go onto your website and make those updates or advertise a new sale, or if in terms of your advertising, you can go in and change ads that you've got running instantly and start to promote yourself on the local level. And so you have a huge advantage compared to your bigger competitors in terms of being able to capitalize on the market that's out there.
Sure, and the other thing to take into consideration too is when you do the word searches. Let's say that I'm looking for a medicine ball, and I put medicine ball on Google, and I find one that's 2 blocks away from me in a sports store, and one that's in the major manufacturing company that cost about the same thing. Maybe the other one's $1 or $2 cheaper, but this one's in my neighborhood, and I can go to it. And if I hadn't have Googled it, I'd have never known it was there.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and like I was saying, it's all about local. So if you can promote yourself to your local audience online, you'll be very, very successful.
And when it really comes down to it, the essence of this, we can be as technical as we want, but the essence of this is it's a marketing tool. You've got a product, you want to sell it, and this is one of the ways to sell it. It is a tool to sell whatever you're offering.
Right. I like to say that your website is the digital representation of your business. And so, everything, all your values of your business, your whole why for what it is that you started this business, all of this information can be conveyed through your website and should be conveyed through your website. And so actually one of the things that we talk about when we're onboarding a new client is, let's bring out the reasons why you started this business. A lot of times small business owners get stuck talking about what it is that they do. Well, we all know that, it's not people don't buy from you because of what you do. They buy from you because of why you're doing it. So let's take your story and let's put that online. Better yet, if you have the resources, let's shoot a video and let's put a video story about your business online. And so then people can actually start to relate with you. And, they will be forming a relationship with you online before they even pick up the phone. And that's a great position to be in, especially when they call. I mean, they might already be sold before they even pick up the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the key, too. We live in a world today, you can't sell anybody anything. It doesn't work anymore. We have a completely different consumer out there. They have to buy. There's a difference between being sold and buying. And if it's framed properly, they'll see the benefit inside what you're offering, and that call to action will get stimulated because they'll experience that that's what they've been looking for, or better yet, what they didn't know they were looking for. And I think that's really the key today. That's what marketing is coming to. The people who are trying to sell things, they're starting to lose.
Right. Yeah. We preach a philosophy of serve first. How much value can we provide to a client or potential client before we even ask for the right to do business with them. Let's show them that we can help them. Let's provide them overwhelming value, and then with the hope that once they see that we can help their business, then getting their business is pretty much a no-brainer. And it's been very, very successful so far.
Oh, sure. And by the way, when we really come down to it, people are looking for people who understand them, not just the big major company where you're a number and you fit into a particular. I lost the word I wanted. I'll call you at 4 a.m. when I remember the word I want, but a particular niche. But and it's almost like people love to do business with people who remind them of the old mom and pop. We know your name. We know the name of your dog. How are you today? Pat you on the head, and we're going to get this thing done. And that in and of itself has been lost in the majority of businesses in marketing today.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. We, like I was saying earlier, we work mainly with solo entrepreneurs, so the one-person companies. We have a few clients here and there. I think mainly they're like restaurants who have a good amount of employees, but most of our business owners are the one-person companies. And that's a very unique type of business owner and with a very unique set of needs. And so one of the things that we are able to do, I think, pretty well is relate to those type of entrepreneurs and what their needs are, what their goals are, and then how we can help them. Because, they're the CEO, which stands for Chief Everything Officer when it comes to an solopreneur. They've got to do everything. And so one of our goals is to alleviate some of that workload so that they can focus on selling. So, like the creative stuff, website stuff, that's all the stuff that we cover for them. And, that helps them to be more successful in the revenue-generating operations that they really do need to focus on.
Well, there's another thing that's extremely important when you're dealing with the solopreneur, is that they have to know that they're not alone. And that in and of itself can cause most people to stop, because they get alone, and when they have to ask something, when they need an answer, there's no place to go. So that in and of itself is, I think, a very powerful sales tool to let people know that they're not alone. There's somebody there that got your back.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow or if you know who Bill Glazer is from Dan Kennedy and Bill Glazer. They're direct response marketers that I've been following them for years, and they're like my idols. But Bill Glazer has a saying that the entrepreneur is the loneliest person in the world. And it's very, very true. I mean, and it's not just from the standpoint that there aren't a lot of people who wake up in the morning and the food, and that they have to kill what they eat, basically. That their whole success in life is on their shoulders. It's also from like a mindset standpoint, because entrepreneurs, we think differently. Our minds are always going in a million different directions. We see opportunities all the time. And so when we are able to relate to the solopreneur and let them know, hey, we understand you, we get it, we're in the same boat as you, it definitely does give them a comforting feeling. It's like we have our little community of and support group here, where we can help these people through everything and understand exactly what they're going through.
Now, and by the way, I think that is critically important today, because that human touch, quote unquote, is starting to disappear. And if we can just re-nurture that, bring it back in, there are so many people that have what it takes to be able to go out and become a solopreneur, but what they don't have is the background to do it, the technical background to do it, the wherewithal to do it. And that in and of itself is critical. But if you're going to be a solopreneur, there's guys like yourself that can step in, and all of a sudden you got a full staff working for you. It's a whole different story.
Right, yeah. There are a lot of resources out there, but, like I was saying, solopreneurs have so much going on. It's hard for them to be able to sit down and find exactly what they need. So we definitely try to be that one-stop shop resource where we can help them with any of the questions that we have. And we often have webinars for our clients and helping them to educate themselves to be better business owners.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and oftentimes we'll get asked questions, over and over and over again, and then we'll be like, well, hey, if 5 people are asking those questions, there are probably 500 other people out there who are also wondering the same thing, and so we'll come up with a solution for that. And that's kind of how I came up with the idea for the book, as well as taking a lot of those common questions, common misconceptions, and putting that into a book that everybody can have access to.
I hear you, Chris. We're just about out of time. Do you have a website we can find you at and get more information and find out about the book?
Absolutely. My website it's websiteinfivedays.com, the number 5. And then I'm actually also giving away a free copy of my new book. We'll mail it in the mail. It's not like an ebook or anything. We're actually going to send you the printed copy, and you don't even have to pay for shipping and handling. And that's websiteinfivedays.com/free copy, just one word.
Wonderful.
If anybody's out there and they want to get a free copy of the book, we'll send it to you.
Great stuff. And by the way, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Have a great afternoon.
Oh, you too. Bye-bye.